Hi, this is Mary from Teacher's Pet Dog Training. One of the most common problems I get calls for is dogs, when the front door is open, go bolting out the front door. So what we're going to cover today is an exercise that you can do to help teach your dog to wait at the door before exiting on your command to either go out for a walk or maybe enter into your car. I'm working with Bo and Scout, and this is their first lesson on wait at the door. Both dogs know to sit, and Scout is learning to wait for the first time. You will notice that Scout breaks her sit-stay, but all I do is lure her back into position and reward her when she remains in the stay. I make sure that I go to the dog to reward them in place to encourage them to stay in the position that they're in. I demonstrated a previous video lesson how to use the word good to add duration to a command. We would say the command wait or stay, and then use the word good to mark that the dog is doing great and reward. My goal is to eventually open the door, step outside, and have them remain in their position. If the dogs break their position, no big deal. I just lure them back into position, mark, and reward. Notice there is not a lot of talking. Remember, we do not use words that link the behavior until we love the performance. Don't name it until you love it. We want the dog to understand the command means a specific performance. If you name the command while they are creeping forward, then you just taught them that stay means to creep forward, and the dog will become confused when you begin to correct them for something they thought they were doing well. In other words, name the exact performance and not an approximation. We need to practice this behavior over and over again and be consistent in our expectation that they perform that behavior every time we approach and open the door. We are working Gracie on what we call a long line. The long line allows us to practice having Gracie move from one spot to the next. In this case, it's from the house into the car safely. Gracie, sit. Good. With nice practice, reinforcement, and consistent training, you can have a dog wait at an open door and even board the car on command. Now keep in mind that you constantly should be vigilant to ensure that conditions are right and you have practiced a reliable recall, come, and wait with no distractions before you move to more demanding settings.
You're a good girl.
Here is the final product with Gracie. She doesn't charge out of the gate or house. She's pretty good staying behind a gate or remaining inside the house when I open the door. But I am always vigilant and careful whenever there is an open gate or door in my home. I'm never 100% certain that she will respond. So please, always practice safety and never assume that your dog is 100% reliable in their commands.
Nice work, buddy. So in this case, again, we first practice her sitting. And then we practice a recall, which is where we put a long line on a dog and ask them to come to us. And then we start to bridge those things together. We also got her comfortable with getting into the vehicle. So we didn't just go from the front door into the vehicle. We practiced getting in and out of a vehicle first, so I knew that she was comfortable with that. We practiced sitting at the front door so that I knew she was comfortable with that. We practiced having her come from one spot to the next, which is called a come or a recall. We practiced all those things individually, and then we were able to bridge all of those things together, chain them together, where we could ask her to come from the front door into the car. Grab that long line, get your pup, get some treats, have a great time. They'll love you for it.